Even the players, when so much production, so much success happened, and now it's not happening week in, week out?
Well, I think, when you look at the success that we've had over the last few years, that's a great question, is, and to come in and deal with the adversity that these guys have dealt with. We knew this year was going to be a work in progress. And then couple that with the many different injuries that we've had along the way, and still being able to find ways to win. Even at halftime, we just kind of went back to our guys and said, look, we've been in this situation before over the last 5 weeks. We've got to keep finding a way to win. We can't give it to them. And so now it is. It's been a challenge. It's been a kind of a simplification process, to be honest with you, to try to just be able to simplify things. And so we'll go back in and reevaluate. We've got 2 weeks left, and we've got to pull it together, and we've got to take one day at a time.
Do you give Nick a serious look then?
Oh, I believe so, yes. I mean, I don't know that for a fact at this point, but yeah, he's going to have plenty of reps. And are we saying it's wide open right now? That we don't know. I mean, we'll go back and reevaluate things and look at things. And Cole won this starting job, and like you said, back in April, and we've got to get back to that level of play and just execute the base offense. That's the biggest thing right now.
When you say that you're missing things, how much of that's on the offensive line too?
Well, I think I don't think you put it on one group. I think that you start looking at this is the amount of guys that we've had this. We've talked about all this, and is the amount of guys that aren't there that we were really counting on being there, and they're not there, and that's still no excuse. And we're not going to make an excuse. We've set a standard offensively around here that we're not going to change. We're not going to deviate from, and it's disappointing when we can't get it done. And it's disappointing when we can't go down there and score points and create drives and make plays. I mean, it's right now it's as basic, as conservative as you can see. I mean, and you can't be that way. You can't play that type of ball and run what we're trying to run and be just so conservative on everything you do. You can't do that.
When you're 10 games in, you got 2 left, you got South Carolina, and there's a bowl game. Can that be fixed? Sure.
Well, I think it's, when you start looking at it, and it's, I think it's a day-to-day process. I think it's something you come together on Monday. And again, I want to go back and say that we really expanded a lot of things this week and really feel comfortable in what we were doing. And I think you got to go back. You got to get the confidence of these guys and understand it's a week-to-week process. I mean, like I said, it's 2 weeks. And I mean, can we get back to the level we've been at early in the year? That I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's a collective group right now. We got to pull together. And again, I'm going to say it again. These guys have practiced well. They've stuck together, and we've overcome a lot of adversity. And it caught us today.
Part of your job is you have to be a sports psychologist, I guess. Mm-hmm. What do you tell these guys? How do you get them back?
Yeah, well, the first thing I tell them, just like I told them in there, I mean, number one, we love them, and that's not going to change. And it doesn't matter what goes on. We love our guys, and we appreciate their effort. But we've got to come together, and we've got to put it on somebody, and we got to make sure that this, as we come together with this, and ask those offensive linemen to, hey, look, let's put it on our shoulders, and let's just get better every day, and let's take it a day-to-day process, one day at a time. The effort hadn't been a problem. Effort has not been a problem. These guys have gave us everything they've had, and we don't have a lot of them, but they've given us everything they had, and we're going to keep pushing. We ain't going to give up. I can tell you that.
Wayne, for third game, really ran really well, had productive output.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on the way.
Well, I thought he did well. I thought we missed a few runs early in the game. I think he lost his feet on our sidelines, lost his balance on our sidelines. I think he had a chance to get out. And there was a few things in there that I think he bounced one out down there on the goal line. We settled for a field goal. He could have stayed inside. He kind of, that's just kind of that youth that we've talked about. Everything we wanted to do is kind of get wide, and I know Coach Elliott was working with him on the sidelines on that, just telling him to be consistent and understand the process of staying inside. It's inside zone. And so again, I'm pleased with his progress, but you know, again, it's a group effort right now to where we got to keep pushing.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.